Today's video will go through the team names that have happened for round 10. So it's good to have team names on a Thursday night. I used to do something called late night teams a few years ago. It was just pretty chill. Used to get home late, so used to do it then. But yeah, I think a few people asked me to do this video last night, so see how we go. If you guys like it, let me know. If not, fine, let me know as well. So in terms of the teams, I've had a look already. It's very mixed because I'm a little concerned about upcoming rookies, but there are some there. A few rookies have been dropped and quite a few injuries to premiums and rookies. So we'll go over that. And yeah, should be good. So first game, Brisbane versus Richmond. So Mansell has been managed. That tells me managed usually means he might play next week, but not 100% sure. So I think you can hold him if you want, if you have him. Otherwise, probably not going to make too much money anyway. But I think they really rate him. But yeah, see how he goes. Hold if you want. But it depends if your bench is under pressure because Highmore is out, so that could cause trouble for you. And then on the Brisbane side, Madden, I'm not exactly sure. I've done a quick Google of him, so sounds like he's a medium defender, Irish background, quick. I'm not exactly sure if they play him forward. He's a defender forward. He's played one game, so not on the bubble just yet. So I definitely wouldn't go early on him because it looks like he's only come in due to injury. So he's not key position, so I don't think he's replacing Gardner. So he must be replacing Leicester. I assume Leicester's halfback, but I have not watched him at all this year. Take a notice. So that's one where, correct me if I'm wrong, I assume he's playing back, but yeah, listed as last on the bench. In terms of these names here, I mean, there's nothing to note. Fullerton maybe sub, probably not sure. And then on Richmond's side, so Ralph Smith held. I'm pretty sure Demo said they were going to have a few ins this week, but maybe he meant the week after. So I definitely wouldn't go Ralph Smith this week. There's no way you do that. So see how he goes next week. See if he puts in a performance where he becomes somehow undroppable, that'd be great. But it's going to be very difficult because they've got none of their injuries back this week. So I guess with this, monitor Madden, and that's pretty much it. Coleman Jones, he could come in eventually, depending on structure, but it doesn't sound like it at the moment. So a few people, so Adelaide versus Melbourne, I fully expect Adelaide to cop it this week. Ben Brown out, which is interesting, but yeah, a few people have asked me about Nick Murray from the Crows. I'll try and speak about Murray as best as I can. The Crows, I'm almost convinced they're tanking because we've been playing Jordan Butts as our one key defender, and our number 2 defender has been Tom Doedee as a key position. And Tom Doedee has like 4 or 5 goals kicked on him every week because he's not a defender. It's like putting Ridley on Hawkins, basically. It doesn't work. It's a mismatch. So they're playing a second key defender. His job security, I can't tell you, unfortunately. I think he should stay in. Talia is still out for a while. But the problem is we seem to bring him in and out depending on structure, depending on opposition. So obviously Melbourne are pretty tall up forward. They got, Gawn can go there, Jackson, McDonald, who else? Wiedemann's playing. So yeah, we pretty much are forced into playing it all. So I'm not exactly sure if he holds or not. I would be avoiding. I can see it working, but I can see him getting dropped. I think it's a bit too risky, but 102k probably averages like 50. Should be nice. That's kind of nice in defense. It's too risky for mine. I just don't know what the Crows are doing. So he's already been omitted once or twice, I think. So not for me. But I do like him. I hope he keeps playing. Nothing really relevant here. Oh, O'Connor's out. I think O'Connor will be sub. This has shocked me because I thought the Crows, they tend to, we played McHenry, he's been okay this year, but last year he was very poor. Chase Jones was struggling to get double digits in defense last year in the midfield, sorry. So now he's moved into defense. So, we persisted with youth despite them playing so poorly. Even like Berry's been okay, but he hasn't been super great. So we keep playing the rookie. So I thought they would keep playing O'Connor. I'm a little shocked he's dropped and a little harsh. So I think Crow supporters would not be happy with that. I think he'll be sub though, but we don't know. Maybe Hammer will be sub. So scored okay in limited game time and should get a midfield role if he plays. I think he'll get more games this year, but yeah, omitted, so probably not worry about that now. Luke Jackson's back, not really relevant. So nothing really relevant here. James Jordan's playing. I guess he's always going to play. He's been a gun for them this year. So nothing more to see here, really. But yeah, I think there's not a whole lot of relevance here. Just having a quick look. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, Carlton versus Hawthorn. So on the Carlton side, Conning's in. He's a ruck, I think. Yeah. And then Parks is out. So Parks is omitted probably because they were probably too heavy down back. Williams has had to go down back because his body is not up to it. I think, was it Cripps or Doc? Somebody said at Carlton that his body isn't up to scratch at the moment or whatever. Maybe because of, I don't know why, just because he's Zach Williams. Maybe because he's on 900k and doesn't care. That's a bit harsh to say, but that's not good enough. On that sort of money, not being match fit, it's pathetic. So he's never again Williams, but yeah, more onto Luke Parks. Yeah, Newman's gone back. Doherty played up the ground. I swear I saw him in the midfield at times last week, like the back of stoppages. I swear he got a few clearances. So it's interesting what they do with him. But yeah, there's no room for Parks at the moment. So you can hold, I guess, see if he plays next week, but not exactly sure how he comes back in. Maybe for Stocker, potentially. I think they're slightly different roles. I'm not sure. Yeah, Parks is more lockdown. So unfortunate. And then Hawthorn, so we have a ruckman, Ned Reeves, 123k. They're playing McAvoy as well, and I think Segler must be injured. Yeah, so definitely one you can't go early on. Could you go Ned Reeves to Flynn in a few weeks? I'm not sure. I think we'll just monitor this player. From what I read, he's more decent tap ruckman, not so great around the ground. Had a bad injury a few weeks ago. He was in crutches, but now he's good. So he's one we'll just monitor. Not really going to plan for it, but hope for the best. And yeah, nothing really to see here because he's playing, of course. Tim O'Brien emergency. I thought Tim O'Brien was good when he went down back, but yeah, so that's fine. Next game, Fremantle versus Sydney. So Luke Ryan is back, and then Andrew Brayshaw is injured. So obviously for me, I have Bose, I have Brayshaw. I'm in a little bit of strife this week because I can't do an upgrade that I was hoping to do. Or I was hoping to downgrade and bring in a big mid, so I can't do that. And then, now Brayshaw is out, so I'm holding Brayshaw. He has a calf tweak. So that could be 1 week, that could be 2, who knows. Calves can be a little bit complicated. I do remember Callum Mills had a minor calf strain last year, and that was a week. So that does give me hope that it might just be a week, but I think Andrew Brayshaw is definitely a hold. I think we should have mid-bench cover, I assume, now that we have Poulter. I assume people still have Scott. So we'll see. So Brayshaw's a hold, very unfortunate. Stevens in, no relevance here. Looking at the team lineups, Chera pulled up sore last week, but he's playing, so I assume that's coming back from that ankle issue. So Chera might be 400k next week. The fact that he pulled up sore does stress me out a little bit. So, one to monitor. I don't think I'll bring him in. Certainly not with his bye. But we'll see. Just monitor Chera, and then nothing else to see here. Meek emergency. So Darcy's playing really well. He's number 1 ruck clear, I think, at the moment. And nothing much to see here. Jordan Dawson's getting offers from Adelaide at the moment. Not that that matters. And then one on the bench. That's okay. But yeah, Mills named in the midfield, so that's all good. So the next game, Cats versus Suns. I think we're all expecting the Suns to cop it down there in Geelong based on form. Dalhouse in, Koladajny in, Jordan Clark out. So that's been a really disappointing one, Jordan Clark. Just no room for him in defence, unfortunately. And then on the Suns side, Zach Smith is the most interesting. Okay, took Miller's back, so that's good, I guess. I don't think anyone has him, but been okay this year. Respectable pick. So Zach Smith is a 200k ruck, and it sounds like he's going to be their number one ruck from now on. Now with Zach Smith, I think he played a few games in the VFL, so they just want it. He's coming back from long-term injury. You could keep him as cover for the rest of the year, and you'll get him to play in that round 14 bye. So if you have a surplus of trades, this is one you could do. Given I was already on the lowest side of trades, plus I've copped a double injury this week, but only won a forced trade, I don't think I can do it. I wish I could, but I can't. I'll look at it when the time comes, but I'll just leave that for now. And then outs, Jack Bowes. So, yeah, I think Bowes has got to go if you have him. I'm pretty sure I saw him hand pass a kick in to Lukosius. So, he had 0 kickouts on the weekend, and he needs the kickouts to score. So, unfortunate. Not going to justify or explain it. I thought it was going to work at the time. Didn't work. I knew the risks, and it was really dumb falling for the pick. But that's fine. I think he could have been okay, but a few things needed to go right. And yeah, I was well aware of that. So bad risk, that's okay. And then playing here, not much to see. Oh yeah, Farah's injured. Forgot to mention that. I think he's out for a few weeks, so I think he's a trade. So that's really unfortunate because he was playing quite well. That's pretty much it. I think not much more. I think Atkins, is he on the bubble maybe? Wouldn't touch him at all. Now the Dogs versus Saints. I'm excited for this game. Should be a good game. Lippy's injured. Interesting. Easton Wood is injured. Listened to his podcast today, so I think he's done a hamstring or something. Can't remember. And now the Saints side. So the problem, this is really bad. Geary's in. Sometimes he tags defenders. Maybe he tags Daniel or something. Not sure. He played on Daniel last year in the final and kind of exposed him defensively. But I think the Dogs using Daniel a bit differently, which is whatever. And then out, Ben Long, he can't play. Rowan Marshall, love watching Rowan. Unfortunate, but probably not going to worry about him this year. Maybe in the late stages of the year. Highmore's out. So that's a straight swap for Geary. So that's really bad. He's emergency, so maybe he's sub. Really needed to take his chance last week, and he didn't. So I think I'll hold for now. At least we got some money out of him, but don't really want to trade him. So not much we can do about that. Not much to see here. I did notice McNeil at halfback. I don't know if that means anything. Just monitor him because I might need him to play on field because I have Brayshaw. So I need to play one of Scott or McNeil. I might just full send McNeil on field. Hopefully he plays halfback. I'll see where he lines up right before the game. If it's at halfback, I'll field McNeil. If not, because McNeil's a midfielder, so he knows how to find the pill. Just he has to play forward because of plays for the Bulldogs. So something to monitor. Joyce emergency. So that's so it's going to be pretty hard to crack this defense. They seem to really rate Webster, but he's a walking injury waiting to happen. Burns holds as well, so that's kind of nice if you have him. Now, Collingwood versus Port. So this is great. So Murphy, this is extended bench. So this is a Sunday game. Murphy and Bianco may be in. Henry is a bust, I think. That's irrelevant now at the moment, but yeah, Bianco and Murphy hopefully in. So, and then on Port side, Woodcock, Houston's in, which is great if you own him. Lockie Jones, extended bench. I think Mackenzie's going to play though, so I'm not expecting Jones to play. I thought he'd play SNFL first. But yeah, Frederick is a bit stiff. Fantasia injured, not really surprising. And then Cleary injured. So it seems Houston's come in for Frederick probably, and then Mackenzie comes in for Cleary. That's my assumption. So go back to Collingwood. Taylor Adams is back, which might force Steele Sidebottom to play half forward again. I don't like the Sidebottom pick this year, but he's still Sidebottom. He's done it for years, but now he's in a bit of a dodgy role for a significantly worse team. But maybe get some inside mid-time. Porter named on the wing, which is great. Bianco first on the bench, that might be good. And then Murphy named 7th. So I don't think that means much. So does Murphy and Bianco play? I don't know if they play Brown. Dacos is definitely playing. I assume McCreary plays. He's been okay. So maybe, I haven't monitored Brown, but I assume he plays. Maybe one of Bianco and Murphy plays. I'd be surprised if, surely they drop Hoskin Elliott for Murphy. That'd be pretty disappointing, but yeah. So that's just one where we wait. Fingers crossed. And then on the Port side of things, we can see Bergman should play, Drew should play, I expect Bonner to play over Jones. Not exactly sure though. I don't think Mays plays. Not sure. One of Woodcock and Farrell will play, I assume. So Bergman, Drew, Bonner, probably, and then someone else. I'm not sure. Maybe he plays. I'm not sure. Maybe they want to play him as sub. I don't know. So if Jones is sub, do you bring him in on the bench? Oh, I think he could, because he should play. He should stop being sub if he is. But yeah, I can't really bring him in this week. I know a lot of people have defender issues this week. If you have Bose plus Highmore plus Mansell, for example, you might be forced to, but we'll see. Essendon versus North. Waterman is in, so he's named on field, which is great. Brian there, Ruckman is in, and Devon is out. I assume Brian is extended bench. So Waterman's actually named on field, so that means he's playing. R2 is extended bench, so not too sure. So nothing really to see here. Hall on field. No, not really much to see. Hines named on the bench, but I think he starts on the bench some weeks. He did last week. Tom Power extended bench here. That's a little concerning. Maybe he's slowing down or needs a rest. It's hard to tell. Did he just have a bad game, or is he just, because he's a young player, he's slowing down, getting tired, for example? So not too sure. So I'm going to trade Tom Power this week. I'd love to hold him, but high break even, and I have to hold Flynn now. He has to go. The Giants versus West Coast. So the great news about this is Flynn is playing. So he's named on field. So that means he's playing. He has a green tick on the Supercoach app. And not really much else to see here, I think. Lockie Ash on a wing. Kelly half forward. Because Toby Green's out. So that'll be fun to watch. But yeah, it's only team name, so I don't know if he actually plays half forward, but he's listed there. Bench, nothing to see here. Tom Green will play. Oh yeah, Kieran Briggs. Given Flynn is on field and Reed has come back, this sounds like Briggs is going to be dropped. That's my bet, but I'm not sure. And then on West Coast side, so Harry Edwards is back in. He only had 5 disposals last time he played. So he's a tall defender. He's replacing McGovern. So I think he's key defender. If I remember correctly, 195 centimeters. So yeah. Not much else to see here, I think. Just go through it. Not much on the bench. So Shannon Hearn in. So who knows what they do with Witherden. And yeah. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully that didn't take too long. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.